presentation, you will have the opportunity to ask questions, and you may do so over the phone by pressing star then 1 at that time. Today's conference call is being recorded. If you have any objections, you may disconnect now. I would like to introduce your host for today's conference call, Mr. Bayard Catron. Mr. Catron, you may begin.
Thank you so much, and thanks everyone for taking the time with us today. We're going to be talking about our website data.hrsa.gov and some of our new features that we've added recently. So if you haven't used it before, data.hrsa.gov is the public face of the HRSA data warehouse, the enterprise data repository for HRSA. We strive to provide reliable information about HRSA's programs. We have tools such as maps, reports, fact sheets, and data dashboards. One of our most popular tools is Find a Health Center, and we receive about 10 million views annually across all of our tools. Today we're going to be looking at 3 aspects of the site. We're going to be looking at widgets, which are pieces of code that allow various sites to tap into our locator tools. We're going to look at some data dashboards, which allow you to look at data visually. And we're going to show you the HRSA fact sheets and the new fact sheet maps. So if you're not familiar with the concept of a widget, I'm going to demonstrate how you would add one to a web page. Basically, it's a component that sits on a web page and allows you to connect to another website. So as an example, we have the Find a Health Center widget, which connects through our Health Center locator. And you would just type in, you could place it on your own web page, type in an address or a zip code, and then you click the search button, and it would go directly to our Find a Health Center locator. So it allows you to extend that functionality to other web pages and get people connected with low-cost healthcare. I'm going to do a live demo of copying and pasting the code and adding the widget to your web page. So we'll get to that after the slide deck. This is one of the slides, obviously, and so if you want to, you can download this slide presentation. It should be on the left of your screen in the Adobe Connect room. We're going to look at several data dashboards. We have a wide variety of dashboards, such as looking at grants, patient demographics, health center sites, etc. And we'll get to that at the end of the presentation today. I'm going to sort of flip through some of our various dashboards that we have. This is for looking at demographics, organ donation statistics, health workforce, healthcare shortage areas, HPSAs and MUAs, HRSA-funded grants, and health sites. Our last item we're going to look at today is the fact sheets. We've had the fact sheets for a while now. We've revamped them to add additional information such as opioids funding. But what we're really also excited about is our fact sheet maps, which allow you to look at HRSA activities from a geographical perspective. It allows you to see where the grants are located in various regions. You can look at it by national, HHS region, state, county, or congressional district. Just a note, you can always reach us at data@hrsa.gov if you have any questions. As the operator said, we're also going to take your questions at the end of this session. So make note of them and ask us after we're finished presenting. With that, I'm going to go to our website. So the first thing we wanted to look at was our widgets. If you want to get to our widgets, you go to our Find Healthcare tab at the top of the website, and then you just simply click Widgets here. So we have these widgets. There's healthcare widgets over here, and we have one data widget for looking at HRSA grants. If you scroll down the page, you can see the various ones we have. This is Find a Health Center. Next to it is Find a Migrant Health Center. We have Insure Kids Now, which is pediatric dental care, organ donation, the Ryan White program for finding an HIV/AIDS medical provider, and fine print, as I said. So the way that you take these and place them on your own website is by copying this code here. You can do it in one of two ways. You can either just copy-paste right from here, or you can go up to the Share button on the top right of each of these widgets. And if you want to choose Embed, it'll copy it directly into your clipboard. From there, you would simply go to the web page you're working on. So I'm going to open this just in Notepad real quick. You'd go to the part of the page where you want the widget to be. You would just paste it in. So. And that's all it is. It's just one line of HTML code. If you don't work on web pages yourself, you could have your webmaster do this for you. And then once you have that, you just, when you go to that page, the widget appears here. And you just enter your location, click search here, and it goes to our Find a Health Center locator. So that's widgets. I'm going to turn it over now to Marty Kiley, who's going to show us one of our data dashboards.
Thank you, Bear. Actually, I'm going to show you two dashboards. And currently, we're looking at the dashboards page, and you can see the various dashboards. I am going to show you the HRSA health profession shortage areas. And this is, I'm going to back up to previous screen, and down here is the medically underserved area populations. It turns out to be the same page. So all you do is click from one button to the other, and you'll get the appropriate data that you're looking for. So let's start off with health profession shortage areas. The first, the default view, let me get control of my mouse here, is an overview. And so what you're going to see is a national summary for primary care, dental health, and mental health. And then to get an idea of, there, it looks like something's missing here.
What do you mean?
Isn't there, should be something here that we can select.
Oh, like a drop down?
Yeah. We should be able to select that.
Is it, maybe, oh, choose one of these over here maybe?
No.
No?
In any event, what you see is an overview on the left, and then what you'll see on the right is the individual state data. And then same thing if we go back to the medically underserved area, you see the same thing. You see total counts. Yeah, this is dropped off. And then on the individual states, you'll see the totals. So I'm going to switch back and forth. And then under the HRSAs, we can go from overview to type. And so the type we have, this mouse is crazy. We have, in terms of a HRSA type, we have facility, geographical area, population group. And then there's subtypes for each one of those. This is the default view, and we can filter to get a better idea. Now, one of the things that you want to do, if you want to select one of the disciplines, first you would click off all, because what ends up happening, the query will happen automatically once you click a selection. And now we see the dental health discipline. And you can scroll through and see more of the data. Scroll back up. We can select, narrow it down to a particular state. Again, first of all, what you want to do is unclick all, and let's click Kentucky. And now you're going to see everything for dental health in Kentucky. You can go down further by selecting a county. You can unclick all, randomly choose a county. And so you can narrow it down even further if you have a HRSA ID number, person name, type. And the same thing will work on their medically underserved population. Here you can go to type, and you have the same thing. So the two different data sets are almost identical in terms of the tool. If you want to know a little bit more about either one of the dashboards, there's a link here, and I'll give you a little bit more information about that data set. Oh, there it is. I knew there was a drop down. So here we go for medically underserved. If you want to, instead of looking at an overall for the entire nation, you can select one of the disciplines. And now the blue will match up with the medically underserved area. These numbers will not change, but the state counts and state numbers will change. From there we could go to the governor exceptions, and again, that will change for this particular type. And see if I scroll down further. And then we go over to type. And we see the breakdown again, but in this case, we'll be able to filter. And my mouse runs away pretty fast. And then here you're able to download, you can scroll down through, and there's a lot of data here. So depending upon the data you're looking for, you probably want to use these filters up here. And if you made a number of different selections, you would hit the reset button to clear everything out, and you would get the full data set. And then down here is instructions how to download a PDF file of the data. And again, it's exactly the same with the HRSA area. So these two data sets function virtually the same. The only thing different on the HRSA, we actually have the HRSA score. Now, if you're not familiar with the shortage designations, there's a link here that will explain in greater detail about the scoring and designations and the application, types of designations and the scoring process. You know, we'll go back here. And again, exactly the same as the other data set. And we can go to rural status. And here you'll see the disciplines, primary care, dental health, and the category for rural. And again, we can filter, unclick all, or check mental health. So we filter it down a little bit further. Select the state, and click all. Let's choose Idaho. And here we get the data, and it's pretty straightforward. Bear, is there anything that I missed on this?
I think you did great.
I appreciate that.
Rita? Now Rita Fian is going to show us a couple other dashboards.
Thanks, Bear. I'm first going to demo the grants dashboard. And the grants dashboard enables you to dive into details of the summary grants data that's available on the HRSA fact sheets. And just as on the HRSA fact sheets, you can filter by fiscal year, key program area, and geographic area. HHS region, state, territory, county, congressional district. And just as Marty stated, these are the main, the top navigation that you filter all the data for all the dashboards. They all work the same. So for demonstration purposes, let's select HHS Region 5. You'll notice that the map changed on the left-hand side, and if you hover over or click any state, you'll get the total funding for that state, distinct grants, and the distinct grantees. You'll notice on the right-hand side we have the key program area summary. This table shows the key program summary for Region 5 for fiscal year 2018. And if you go down a little further, you'll see these two bar graphs. The key program area funding shows the key program area funding total here, fiscal year 2018, Region 5, and lowest to highest. Top 5 program bar graph shows the top 5 program areas for Region 5 for fiscal year 2018. And again, highest to lowest. You go down a little further, you get to the detail area here, and you can filter this even more if you select a program, or if you want to enter a grantee name here, or if you have a grant number. So for instance, if we want to enter a program such as emergency, you can select Ryan White. You get all the grantees, the grants, all the information detail for that program, Region 5. If you want to download, you click here. You can get an image of the dashboard. You can put that in presentations if you like. Isn't that lovely? You can also download a PDF. I won't do that. It looks the same as the image, only it's a PDF version. You can also download the detail if you like, and then you get all the detail that I just showed you. Now we can go to the Health Sites dashboard. You'll notice all the health site categories on the left-hand side, and again, you'll notice the map on the right-hand side. So for instance, if we select health center service delivery sites, you'll notice there are 13,000. If we want to see, for instance, Ohio, you see the number in Ohio. If you want to see the detail, you simply select the link, click on the link. There you have it, the number of total sites in Ohio, the number of grants for those health delivery sites, and you can even go down to the county level. And again, you have lowest to highest. And if you select Cuyahoga County, we get the number and we also get the detail. The download works the same. We can explore health sites by geographic area if we like. National Health Service Corps sites, for instance. In Illinois. Number of sites. Cook County has the highest number. And we get the detail. It all works the same. And that's pretty much it. Back to Baird.
All right, thanks so much, Rita. All right, so the last thing we have to look at today is we're going to take a look at the fact sheets and the fact sheet maps. So you can get to the fact sheets by going to our Data tab. And you can select a geographical area and a fiscal year. For this example, I'll just keep it at the national level for FY 2018. That will download a PDF fact sheet if you go here. If you want to look at the maps, you could also go here, but I'll first show you what the fact sheet looks like. So fact sheets are useful summaries of HRSA's activities. You could take these to a meeting or distribute them or email them to people. It's just basically a shortcut to look at what HRSA's done over the year. The total grant awards, the various programs, etc. Number of shortage areas, and so forth. If you click on the fact sheet maps, it'll bring up an interface showing all the programs. That's over 5,000 grants and loans that HRSA has conducted. If you wanted to narrow this down, you could also do that. You can look at it on a state level. Takes a minute because there's a lot of data to sift through. And let's choose, let's go to Delaware. That gives you a quick look at grants in Delaware. And you can hover over each one to get details on it. Go back and select a different geography. So if you want to look at Indiana. And there you have it. You can zoom in more if you wish. You can download it in PDF format here. And so forth. So it's a very useful tool for looking at HRSA's activities in a specific area. You can also change the fiscal year you're looking at here. It's always the last year for which we have complete information is the most recent one because FY 2019 hasn't completed yet. But you could also go back farther in time to, let's say, 2016. And you can see one of those dots disappeared because in 2016 it didn't exist yet. And that's pretty much our presentation for today. We'd like to, operator, if you would open it up to questions, we'd like to answer any questions people may have.
Certainly. If you would like to ask a question at this time, please press star then 1 on your phone's keypad. Please unmute your phone and record your name at the prompt. If at any time your question has been answered, you can remove your request by pressing star 2. Once again, that is star 1 if you would like to ask a question over the phone at this time. Once again, audience, that is star 1 if you would like to ask a question over the phone. Please stand by, sir. Sir, we are not showing any questions over the phone at this time.
Okay, thank you so much. That's a first. I hope that means that we were clear and everything was easy to understand. If not, you can always reach us at data@hrsa.gov, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. We are here to help. With that, we can go ahead and conclude today's session, and we hope to see you at the next one.
Thank you for your participation on today's conference call. At this time, all parties may disconnect.